Right, hello guys, watching the Geek Semmel, and today we're talking about Doctor Who, the Interstellar Song Contest episode. I've just finished watching it, literally. And what did I think of it? Pretty decent, pretty good. However, I think it's as part as last week's. I think last week's is kind of the same level, but obviously this one had a lot more twists. The Doctor gets sent up in space and then frozen, and then just has these like glimpses and images throughout the whole of the episode of Susan, his granddaughter. What? That's so cool, and she's old, so they didn't do any like. Obviously, the actor's old, but like they didn't put any dots on her face to make her look younger, sort of vibe, but they do with actors these days when bringing them back. But that means the characters got old as well. So that means the daughter's probably always been on Earth if he does get to see her, which I'm sure that's what we're heading to now. The final will show her and meeting the Doctor, so that's cool. Also, let's go on to the other twist. There's always a twist at the end. Another bi-regeneration. That means there's another Time Lord out there. Who is it? The Rani. And now there's two of them. A classic villain that I've kind of seen bits of. Like, I have seen the Seventh Doctor meet the Rani, and she's trying to pretend to, like, she's tricking him sort of vibe, because it's the Seventh Doctor's first regeneration. He's just come out of it, so he's just, like, a bit phased and whatever. But, I've seen bits and images of the Rani a lot. And I've also heard, I've seen her in the Children in Need classic Doctor Who episode where you had like loads of different doctors and companions glitching in EastEnders. So I've seen versions of the Rani before. So I do know similar of the character. But this is the first time we're seeing it in modern Who. And we see her, the Mrs. Flood change into the Rani and the bi-regenerate. That was real cool. Also really cheesy. But I think it was done brilliantly. So that's interesting now. They're gonna try and take out the Doctor and sort of vibe and sort of thing like that. I was a bit like worried when the regeneration started to happen because Mrs. Flood has been teased and teased and teased and teased, and then it's like a just a Derek Jacobi sort of thing at the minute because you know, he's the master, and he gets to do an evil thing, and then he gets shot, and then he has to regenerate, and then John Sim takes over, and we don't really get to see more of Derek Jacobi as the master. I thought it was going to be that sort of vibe for Mrs. Flood. I honestly thought, oh no, Mrs. Flood is literally been teased and teased and teased, and now the reveal happens, she now has to regenerate. It's like, but no. Bi-regeneration means she can take part in the chaos as well, which is brilliant. There's two Ranis to deal with, which is going to be cool. Which makes me think, do they bring that David Tennant, two Doctors versus two Ranis? Also, Graham Norton in this episode as the hologram was brilliant, and also him telling and revealing Earth has been destroyed to the Doctor and the companion, of course, Belinda. And then he's on the hunt there. And then we get there and the TARDIS blows up. It literally, the doors go poof. And I'm like, wait, what? They blew up the TARDIS? So that got me as well. So that was very cool. Then, Mrs. Flood was checking on the Doctor and the Vindicator because she has a device. That's interesting. Maybe she's just checking how far of progress he's got until he gets to Earth. Maybe. I don't know. But there's that. And there's two more things to talk about before we can talk about the story and the characters, I guess. Real brief, I saw I want to say space pig. It's not. It's the pig slave from Daleks in Manhattan, the Daleks. I saw a pig slave in the crowd at one moment. So I was like, oh, it's a pig slave. They should have done more of that. They should have had Ood. They should have had Jadoon. They should have had different creatures from the back catalogue and pop them in the crowd. And maybe they didn't. I missed it. But I feel like they missed a trick in that scenario. And also now Ryland. Yeah, it was alright. I don't really care for Rylan. I never was excited when he got revealed. I was just like, okay, it's Rylan. I haven't got a bad thing to say against him. I haven't got a good thing. It's just Rylan. And then when he was hit in the episode, fair enough. He didn't really feel phased. He was very much just Rylan. So that's one thing out the way now. Now we can get on to the songs. There wasn't that much singing. I literally thought there would be like more singing. There's like two, and they're real brief. One was actually played throughout fully. But yeah, there's not much singing, which is, I guess, a benefit. I don't know. The most expensive Doctor Who episode ever filmed, apparently. Is that just to add the crowd in? Because it didn't feel like the most expensive in my mind, but it did look good. So there's that. Also, now we have the villain, and basically has a massive vendetta over like his people, his horns being taken and turned into honey and stuff, and the people. It's a whole thing of his people being used and I guess abused in certain ways of taking their horns and using it to literally for honey. You know, these people invaded their planet and did that to him, and now he's angry and he wants to lash out. And he brings a Delta Wave, a Christopher Eccleston. Sorry, that's a bit dark and then just goes hype. But like Christopher Eccleston, Ninth Doctor, Series 1, the final had a Delta Wave. And it was reminding me, as soon as they said Delta Wave, I was like, Delta Wave, what's that? Series 1, Christopher Eccleston. So when Christopher Eccleston in the final was meant to blow it up and kill all Daleks and humans, he doesn't do it. He can't do it. He can't bring it to himself. And then Rose comes along as a bad wolf and just like takes out the Daleks. But still, a Delta Wave was very cool. And it's like 20 years of New Who. I guess that was our little celebration. That was bringing it full circle in this episode, which was kind of cool. A little Easter egg there I loved. Even though that Delta Wave got took out way too easy by a dark moment from the Doctor. Now, I don't really get the darkness in his heart and stuff until the Doctor says it at the very end. Because he was like, oh, you put cold in my heart and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can that really do that? Just feeling a bit chilly, puts ice in your heart and you're just like really angry now? And then at the very end, he's like, it reminded me of home, Gallifrey, my own people. And they're trying to remind you here, he's the last of the Time Lords. And then the Rani comes like, oh no, he's not. And he's having visions of Susan. Oh no, he's not. So there's two different Time Lords out there. Three, I get tired of two Ranis. Out there, you know, maybe the Master as well. If the Rani want to pluck that tooth and the giggle, you know, so maybe there's 4 Time Lords out there. Then you've got Rassilon that wasn't on the planet, so I guess you've got 5 Time Lords out there. So he's really not the last of the Time Lords, is he? And unless they all got jiggy as well, and then there's more Time Lords out there. And anyway, we're going to stop now. But still, he's not the last of the Time Lords anymore from this episode. I guess it's kind of big in that way. But also, yes, the villain gets taken out easily. But also the Doctor goes dark and uses a hologram to hurt the villain and electrocute. And I'm like, what? This guy's going too far. He's going too far. He's going... And it's like, how many times did you try and threaten how many people's lives? We're going to do it that many times. And Susan's glitching in his head saying, stop, grandfather. And he's not listening until he sees Belinda. And then Belinda calms him down. Also, Belinda's great in this episode. Actually phenomenal. When she's apart from the Doctor and she's realising she can't get home. And she's also realising how great the Doctor is and how dark she sees him. It frightens her, and her emotions are all brilliant. And I love Belinda in this episode. I think she's incredible. The Doctor going dark is interesting and cool as well. So, let's rank these stories now out of 10. I'm going to go a 7.5 out of 10 for this story. I think it's good. It's really good. 7 out of 10. 5 is average for me. 7.5 is better than average. It's good. It's really good. But it's just not amazing. It's not got that oomph. But it's still good. And I do think I would watch this one again and enjoy it. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on this story. Join me for the final next week. Well, the first part of the final next week. And then we have to wait until 2027 for new Doctor Who, I guess. Because They're apparently doing 2 more seasons. It's been sort of commissioned-ish. News article said, so we'll have to wait and see. But then 2027, we'll have to wait for a new series. Also, thank you guys for watching. I'm the Geeks Assemble. You've been watching that. I do Star Wars, Doctor Who, Rick and Morty, Chucky, Rick and... I just repeated myself here. I'm going to stop. That was the worst ending I've done for a video, actually. I'm the Geeks Assemble. You've been watching... we've messed up. Can I be bothered to end this? I'm going to end it like this. I'm not going to edit. I've let you guys down. I'm sorry. I've ended the video terribly. Yeah. Subscribe, follow, like, bye. I've just ruined the ending of the video, but it is what it is. Yeah, see you guys for the review next week of the final of Doctor Who. Stay tuned. Bye.